sallallahu alayhi wasallam. I want to welcome the corporates, the Muslim corporates, to this congregation, and I've been entrusted by the Rector of the Islamic University in Uganda to come here and represent him at this grand gathering of the Muslim corporates in this region. As introduced to you briefly, I'm Dr. Serwanga Jamil, the Vice Rector in charge of Academic Affairs, Islamic University in Uganda, here representing the Rector. As we meet today, our chief guest, the Secretary General, Uganda Muslim Supreme Council, the RCC, I was told that was going to be with us. I don't know whether there is somebody coming from that big office. Our regional assistant to the Mufti. We have different members of the General Assembly. We have the District Qadi. I wish I could see some people putting up their hands. You know, I'm a teacher. Did I introduce myself right? Maybe people did not know. I thought somebody would be introducing me, but because our coming together is purposed, there is a reason behind our sitting here. And taking the shoes of the Rector, this is the command I'm going to be putting across. The District Qadi, the host District Qadi, we have, I had the head teachers of some schools. I wish I could see, yes, my colleagues. RK. This is not RK. This is DK. Okay, the RKs, okay. I know Ramadan all the way from Kabong, and he is our student. Ladies and gentlemen, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. The person standing in front of you, Dr. Jamil Serwanga, for the keynote speak as a keynote speaker on behalf of the Rector. I'm currently the Vice Rector in charge of Academic Affairs. But my brief background, maybe people may be asking which district is my origin. This is the last district as you go to Tanzania. I don't know who can mention this. Which district is this? There's another one.
I know one called Sinjiro.
There is Chotira. You can imagine. You can Google now. Rakai. I know, Chotira, which is out of Rakai. You can now Google the distance where I'm standing and my home district. Can somebody tell us the kilometers? Members, we have to take leverage of the technology. We are holding, in fact, I may be talking about those small gadgets. We are holding. They could be disasters and leverages. And take note of that. So members, that is the keynote speaker on behalf of the Rector. I have a bachelor's degree in education and my teaching subjects, which I normally appreciate. And I do all my talking and submission, but this is on behalf of the Rector, who is also an educationist, teaching Islamic religious education and economics. And when I advanced in education, that bachelor's degree is from the Islamic University in Uganda, around 1993. Are there some people who were born 1993 here? 1993. Please don't forget yourself. Don't forget. This is a corporate gathering and we need to know where we are coming from. Okay? So, that is the time I got the bachelor's degree. Then I got a master's degree in economic policy and planning. How are they connected? A teacher, an economist, a planner, and now a leader. Then, that degree, the master's, is from Makerere University. I'm mentioning this for a purpose. IUIU, those who know the history, I will talk about the history of IUIU. You know the history of Makerere University. It's now 100 years. IUIU is about 37 years.
Almost 40.
Not yet. So you can see. And then a PhD in economics from Islamic University in Uganda with a bias in Islamic economics. So that is my background. And currently, as I've already mentioned, I'm the Vice Rector in charge of academic affairs. And today, I'm representing the Rector. So as I deliver this address on behalf of the Rector, I want, first of all, to convey the salam and warm greetings from the Rector of the Islamic University in Uganda, Professor Ismail Simbwa Jagenda, and he would have loved to be here. But because of there's so many activities running around all over the world, he had to delegate me, and I could not say no. And that's why I'm here, and I want to thank him for having delegated me to come and also acquire this social capital. I don't know whether that is clear. If you know me, all of you, you get to know me. Who is going to benefit most? Eh? It is me. Now you all know me, and I may not be able to tell everybody that this one, and that means that it is a very big advantage on my side, and inshallah, I'll try to deliver as much as possible and as expected from the Rector of the Islamic University in Uganda. That is the message. And then, on my behalf, I want to thank the organizers of this important event, which is a landmark in the history of the Muslims in Uganda. And I think for me, as Jamil, this is my second interaction under this kind of congregation. One time we were with the Atekere in the Soroti High School, Soroti SS, and it was a very big kind of gathering. And one time I complained to the assistant to the Mufti, but now I've come to realize that there's something which is going on, and I will be reporting ably to the Rector that the region is developing and we need to support its activities. So as we go through this Muslim corporate luncheon, I think we are not tired, we are active, and the teacher is standing in front of you. I may tell you somehow, somewhere to stand up, but not now, and do some kind of stretching, but I feel that we are still active, and you know, after lunch, and the lesson after lunch is very complicated. You need to have a very good setup of the methodologies of delivery. So today, I don't know, maybe we shall ask the assistant to the Mufti, who came up with this theme? Who came up with this theme? Okay. There is one small story. As teachers, we are not allowed to get out of class without sharing stories, but they should be good stories. A very quick one. One time, people were traveling on a bus, like us, assuming there is a bus carrying all of this kind of population, and reaching in a jungle, going through like a Mavira and whatever, a very rough man full of blood, jumped into the middle of the road and stopped the bus by force. And the driver, I don't know, those who are doing law, would he have killed the one man and saved the 100? What would have been the answer? Kill one and? But he saved both. Did he commit any sin? Now, the bus stopped. The man jumped on the bus, full of blood and rough, with a very sharp sword, standing in front of the passengers. As you are standing, seated, and you are facing me, and assuming I'm the man with the sword, asking one question: who is a Muslim here? Who is a Muslim? Maybe my voice is very soft. Who has a very strong decay? Yours is softer than mine. Who is a Muslim here? People started looking. Okay, let me see. Who is a Muslim here? Okay, I was asking who made this theme. Now, the bus, most people did not put up their hands. They got scared. Like today, somehow, somewhere, some people may try to fear to reflect, to reveal their background that they are Muslims. And our General Secretary here, I've been whispering a lot, but he will allow me to whisper as much as possible to him about some of them. Can somebody guess what the other rough man wanted? Who can guess?
I guess wanted those who are not Muslims, and so they're the ones maybe to suffer if
Okay, that is his opinion, that this man wanted those who are not Muslims to be killed. Okay, teachers were not supposed to say Okay, maybe that is not near the answer. Who can try? Quickly, members, I'm giving. Yes, Haj. He wanted to do revenge. Maybe not yet to the point. Mr. Suje knows. I want a lady sister. Any answer? Yes. Okay, Haj Hashim. Okay, represent. There is a daughter. Where is the daughter?
He wanted to be prayed for because full of blood, you are about to die.
Okay, there is something near to that. This young man, or old man, or rough man, was looking for a Muslim to go and help him to slaughter a goat because he had got visitors or brothers who visited him and they are Muslims. He was struggling to tie the goat and whatever, but he knew that Muslims will not take that beef if it is not, and it is the law of Uganda. Okay, so who made this theme? General Secretary, you are the one? Okay, you are the one. But Alhamdulillah, we want to thank you. And members, when I looked at this, sorry, I did not introduce my team. Mr. Wazir is from the Rector's office. Please stand and say salam. The others that we found here with the IUIU, I will introduce you later on. When he gave me the delegation instrument, he brought the theme and the invitation and the venue of the luncheon. We are looking for Taj Mahal and the time. Please take a note. And what? And the time. But there were some changes, and the changes had to be communicated before. And I hope that is noted. So the theme is overloaded. And it's like a rope in our necks. Although I've tried to tie my neck like a General Secretary, but it is a killer. This theme is a killer. And the Rector is telling me to emphasize. We need to recite it like a Surah Al-Fatiha. Is there any prayer without La swala bila al-Fatiha. So for us as Muslim corporates, this, I don't want to create a video here, and you help me. The Sheikh, can we take this one? Strengthening institutional capacity, community welfare, through resource mobilization and efficient service delivery. What else do we want? If I recite Al-Fatiha only, will my swala be okay? Without this Ikhlas, Falak. You see, our generation, if I can tell you the generation I studied Al-Fatiha, even now my daughters at home, because I have more daughters, they may say, Daddy, that recitation is not good. And remember, you are the only man in the house. People, men, you need to check your Al-Fatiha. No, seriously. And there are clips. And I will talk about technology. I'm just trying to dig into this responsibility which the General Secretary has loaded on our heads. Members, if you are at home, and the Hajjats now, they know Al-Fatiha, they know Ikhlas, they know Falak, they know whatever. And you come with your crooked Al-Fatiha. And they know without Al-Fatiha, there is no what? What are they going to do? And our position is unsaturated and predetermined that we are the leaders in Swala. Don't know. So which means that as corporates, as we make our ties, as we do whatever, we need to position ourselves as far as this theme is concerned. Now, the choice of words, the choice of terminology is very clear. We need to become strong. We need capacity building. We need each and everything so that the end product, which is service delivery, is appreciated. I didn't want to go too much to prove that Islam is the solution to each and everything. I want to bring that in our theme, that whatever we are going to be doing, whatever we want to achieve, if you put Islam as the benchmark, our success is more than 100%. If we don't believe to that level, every time you will be hiding your hand if somebody comes and asks, who is a Muslim here? They want to kill me, they want to do it, okay? So this is very important, and I want to thank the Uganda Muslim Supreme Council and through our chief guest here, that let us take this one forever and ever and do whatever is needed to prove that Islam is the solution through this kind of theme. Now, my background is well noted. I've been with the Islamic University in Uganda since 1988. And I want to request the chief guest to allow us that all graduates of IUIU here, for me, I'm already standing. What can you do? Stand. Please don't forget. I see some people looking behind me. Hey, DK, you are here. Please. Is that a clap or what? Is it? Is it a clap?
I pray that we amend a bit and say whoever had any lectures from IUIU, any training, they are students. They are students. Let them get up.
Please get. So we clap for ourselves, so takbir, everything. So our chief guest, I don't know whether this is small. This is not small. DK, where is Hassan Otana? I was biting his ear, and I told Hassan, I started as TA, and he's also TA. And where I am now? Okay. And Hassan said, what does it mean? I said, we shall meet again. Please, this is now the force. To do what? to take ahead the theme. Please sit, and I'm sorry to make you standing, but it is a sign of progress, and that's why I could not deliver Rector's message without talking about Islamic University in Uganda. Even if it is more than 100% or whatever, this is the keynote address of the Rector. Of which university? The second university to be established in Uganda. And the history is very clear. And through our readings, the historians normally say, history repeats itself, but some people say no to events. But for us here, let us take the fact that if you don't know where you are coming from, you will never know where you are going. So where are we coming from? And in fact, I was whispering to our Secretary General, the chief guest, that celebration of 100 years. I don't know what is the strategic plan. Are we going to wait for another 100 years to celebrate? I think we can celebrate 101, 102. Would it be too ambitious? Okay, so I looked at that history and I developed a certain opinion, which I shared with him, and he said, yes, those were there when we are told Kampala. Anybody who was there who traveled from this way? What did you see? Did you see something? You know, I was told the chief guest and members, corporates, that some people, I was told, I don't know, some people go to Mecca and fail to see the Kaaba. DK, have you heard that in history? People, haven't you heard that? That some people come and, you know, those days of our judges or grandfathers, they could come and make you sit and start telling the story. They had that small thing, who has that in his home? That, what is it called? A viewer. This is the Kaaba. And all of us had to, you see, and another one. But today, I just put, I hope members can see the light. Maybe the controller can reduce the light. Maybe it's the quality of the projector. But during that time, members, I'm just giving you the history. If you are a Muslim today, and you can recite your Al-Fatiha, and you bring me a Muslim of 1965 to read the Al-Fatiha, there is a very big difference. I don't know whether that is very important to us. Today, you are here, people even at the Kaaba now, they can selfie, and they said, and the people say, now I'm circumambulating, and now, I don't know whether that hijjah, either you go for Safa and Marwa, you go Safa and what? But that, your judge, my judge, grandfather, made his Hajj, I think, in the late 60s, even the early 70s. It was not easy. Even the time I made my first Hijjah, the official one, getting the flight in time or on time was impossible. And that was 2005. Let us take advantage of the history and where we are and advancement in technology. So the history of Islamic University in Uganda is here, and I want us to appreciate the second university to be established in Uganda. It is an intergovernmental and international university and established by the Act of Parliament. Those words, in fact, it is even a struggle. I happen to sit with the vice chancellors, Uganda vice chancellors. Sometimes the rector delegates me, and I hear what they are saying. You know what it means? It is by the laws of Uganda. The others are by charter, the non-government. And you cannot change anything here in the structure of IUIU, okay, until you go back to the parliament and review the act. and we should not try that as during this time. Let us stick and represent and appreciate and ensure that all the stakeholders of IUIU, and as prescribed in the Act, do support the development of this university for the benefit of the Ummah and beyond the Ummah. And I hope you saw the clip of the President, His Excellency, was saying that this university is not only for Muslims. You know what it means? In fact, one time I was in Malaysia and I was sharing a small experience with one professor that I teach Islamized papers, or Islam and development, Islam and economics, Islam and finance, Islam and everything. And he asked me where and in which class. In a class where now, SG, where now the composition, he knows, Muslims 2 and 32 non-Muslims. It is a challenge, but at the same time, it is, I tell you that Islam is the solution. Sometimes people say, no, even the other one, they say, I don't want to mention so much, like, they said it's the solution. I said, no. Even now, other systems, they come to benchmark. In fact, I was sharing with somebody, but now we tell them, for us, we are Muslims, and the successes we have achieved with this university, those graduates, Muslims and non-Muslims, it is because we are Muslims. And we need really to support each other. Like today, there's one position which we have taken, and everybody should stand still or whatever committed to support that position. The idea of what? People, the dissemination of information must be very fast. The idea of the sisters. Now we need to position ourselves because we are the solution. We are the solution. So the history is there, and everybody should take advantage and support. 1974, I had Hajj. Don't know, since 19 what? Has been a member of, what does it mean to us? Maybe the assistant to the Mufti. We had a project one time to get the spread of Islam in the Bugis region. But now, if we still have Hajj, I don't know what you are going to propose, and you bring it to me, I take it to our research coordination committee so that we can get our elders for sure. And the Hajj, I don't know whether, Ali, are you writing? When we go to report to Rector that we said, we promised that when we get a proposal, just document. People don't know where they are coming from. Even they ask you, who is your neighbor, you don't know, despite the fact that you have now that machine in your hand. So, inshallah, that one for me, I take it as a serious issue to know each other and to get information about such kind of trend of development of Islam, where our brothers are still living and they can give us more information. In fact, I was telling our chief guest that one time there was a non-Muslim professor who came for his leave, they call it sabbatical, in IUIU in Mbale, and asked me one question. I was Dean, Faculty of Arts and Social Sciences, that do you know the number of Muslims in this region and how Islam spread using a very simple method of just asking that Hajj, how did you become a Muslim? Oh, you know, my great-great-grandfather was what? A Muslim. Is it easy? In my village, it is only our family, which is a Muslim family. But now, alhamdulillah, there's a supporter who has given us a masjid, and we have started teaching the Yasaruna. Can you imagine? As you are in Soroti City, and having these facilities, somebody in Chotera down has just got a masjid 2 years ago. And he had to walk, I don't know how many kilometers, 14, 7 going, 7 coming back to go for Juma. I remember during my infancy, my father was a truck driver, small pickup. Laylatul Qadr. You know the day of Laylatul Qadr? You know the day? Our days we knew. But these days, okay, because of knowledge that the Prophet told us, just check and follow this what? This formula. But those 40 years, my brothers here, 40 years above 60, 70. Your great-grandfather, if you lived with him, say tomorrow is what? Laylatul Qadr. People say, that is not true. They used to tell us tomorrow is Laylatul Qadr and we are going to the masjid, which is 20 kilometers. Others could walk because there was no vehicle. So, what does it mean to us that the history is there? IUIU is known to be the second university, and the great leaders whom we should celebrate and pray to the Almighty Allah to forgive them their shortcomings because of their visionary kind of approach. You can imagine 1974, how many years ago? Please calculate. You have now. You see, during those days of ours, it was mental work. 2 times 2, 3 times 5, and if you fail, lie down. But today, P1, did you do that mental work? 10 times 10 is what? 10 times 2 is what? But today, how many years? Now, those leaders, the great leaders, sitting in the city of Lahore in Pakistan, taking 2 decisions to establish 2 universities in Africa to support Muslim education. One for the English speakers and one for the French. And by then, our late brother, late Idi Amin Dada, without consulting, just put up his hand and said, I take the one for the English speakers. And that's why Jamil got a degree. Otherwise, for sure, I didn't thank the rector for sending me. No, seriously. Otherwise, I don't want to commit shirk that if it was not IUIU, but look at that. How many years? As we are seated here, we are taking decisions. In fact, I don't know, ASG, you keep that statement, you bring it here, that those people in the upper decker of the arch, there is that hadith. People down reading what? But it was not for them, it was for us. 50 years, all of these leaders are gone. But who is talking now? The one they planned before. So, the environment is too good. Even if you may find a lecture room like this, but the environment is good. That's why even the others, 100 miles away, they say, I take my daughter there. They ask him why. It is because there is Islam there. Okay. So the history is very clear, and we want to thank the leaders. Starting as a single campus university, 2 faculties, and those faculties, I want to slide quickly, means that we have gone through a big stride, 80 students, but where are we now? This is where we are. 1974 has led to the creation of capacity of human resource. One of them is standing in front of you. One of them is the assistant to. One of them is now the academic regis from Makerere. The assistant, even now, the acting vice chancellor in charge of what? Some people may say, those are stories. Anybody who has dealt in gold here, you know what it means to get one car? They call it what? That smallest what? Taller may be too big. That smallest unit. You know the hip of the sun. I have a brother who was even explaining to me there is a bottle mill, there is washing, there is digging, there is going, and you get a heap like this building. But what you get? but the finest what? Yes, that is the message to the corporates. Now, I want to talk about that red. The other faculties are there. We are teaching all professions. Islamic studies, Sharia, up to medicine. But the challenge, we are given 100 slots, let's say, for example, medicine. But you will find that for us, with the caps and the hijabs, we bring only 2, 3. We need to develop capacity right away from home to encourage science, education, technology, and mathematics. They call it the head teachers here. It is STEM, science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, or STI, science, technology, and innovation, or information technology. So we are establishing, I wanted to put pictures here, but Ali, you said it is too late, to show you how far we have gone to establish the facilities for the Faculty of Engineering and Technology, and it is going to be in Nkoma, 100 kilometers. But who is going to study from that facility? And it is a loan given to us as IUIU from Islamic Development Bank. But you may find that the Jamilus, the Abbasi, the Abu, what is the name? Aisha. They say, Aisha, where are you? Sometimes we get even challenged to get a guild president. And we are coming to leadership. So, can we develop that capacity? We are corporates. We need to support each other. That education is power. Education is the solution. And for us at IUIU, there is the philosophy or approach of integration of knowledge. The Quran, there's nothing beyond the Quran. Is there something beyond? In terms of the source of knowledge? So, Faculty of Engineering is coming. You have seen the graduates, employment, and we are among the largest taxpayers in Uganda. And you have received the certificates from Uganda Revenue Authority. What does it mean to you as corporates? It is a big force which needs support, and any information which is not clear to you about the institution, don't disseminate. The ayah is very clear. First check, is it really true? Before you send to a neighbor that IUI is closed. Sure. When the rector told us that is the strongest and the biggest taxpayer, who is causing it to close? Okay? So I feel that is very important. The vision is very clear. Center of excellence. Maybe RK, regional assistant to the Mufti in the region. We also need to do a tracer study of the graduates of IUIU. Where are you? Please, that is the second. Mr. Suji, we shall be together. Where are we? What are we doing? Are we adding value to the community? As we are seated here, are we creating problems to the society? Oh, we are giving solutions. Okay? Ramadan, you are there, and this is there is a small Uganda, I don't know who is going to, that the Muslims, tulinga nkoko njerwe. What is that? We cannot, because we are the solution bearers. The moment you make a mistake, because you are not expected to make that mistake, everybody will say, so we need to be cautious. So the vision, we are trying to ensure that we make it, and our mission, academic institution, based on Islamic what? Values. We try as much as possible. Although the 1988 environment is not the same as the 2005 environment. Today, some of the students are forced to come and study But that time, everybody wanted to go to school. But how do we balance the whole system? We teach for sure as required by National Council and all the standards, and we embed or we bring the religion of Islam in all our training. Nobody is graduating, whether you're a Muslim or not a Muslim, without getting that knowledge about Islam, the basic knowledge about Islam. This is very important as corporates. Even the non-Muslims, as they are seated somewhere and telephoning, I know in this region, telephoning is too much. Eh? You know telephoning? Yes, you know? You know telephoning? Hey. Hey, that, you know that, eh? And we used to stay behind those. Even the discussion, members, this is a cooperative gathering. Don't say that, Mwalimu, what are you telling us? Even people seated there discussing, they counteract the misinformation given about Islam. Those who are working there and those who have studied there, no. It is not that. Islam is not by force. For me, I studied there, and that's why even I'm dressing like this. But is what? Is telephoning. In fact, I was told of a story. Somebody went, I don't want to be so much, okay, to that prayer place, dressed like Aisha here, Hajat. Then the one leading the mass said, that one is violating what? Please, and he was collecting the what? The offertories or whatever. Said, no. Said, no, I'm not a Muslim. I've just dressed like what? Because, okay. So, those are our issues. For research, I've already put my two, and I wish we could make it. And innovation, we have a hub where we come up with the new ideas. And the community engagement, this is where we are, coming to the community. And I don't know our radio, whether it reaches Soroti. Nasib, does it? You follow the programs on our IUIU FM 93.1? Okay, maybe we shall put to the station manager, because it needs expansion. Maybe we shall go to SG, because it is the time Bilali came and the IUIU FM. But we need to buy more machines or advanced machines to reach a wider coverage. But the programs, even I have a program. Sometimes I talk about Islam and development, and the whole world is listening. And I remember one time somebody said, why are you not the Minister of Finance? I said, is it like simple? Maybe I will go through. And another one said, why are you not the what? There's one vacancy, which is almost 5 years. Said, why don't you go and serve us the other side? I said, no, this is my what? So members, community engagement, we are there. And our values are very clear. And this is Islam, okay? And that's why we want to, and we are committed to quality assurance. Quality. I didn't want to bring Islam, maybe because the slides would be too many. And we are encouraged by the Prophet that even if you do something very small, do it what? Perfectly. Muslims, corporates. Even if you have one stall for chapati, selling chapati, let everybody line up for only your. If your chapati is like any other chapati, then you don't have reason to exist as a chapati what? And the Prophet has already guided us, and we need to commit to that. So as we continue our collaboration, working with the Muslim corporates here, I feel that it is a very big kind of opportunity for us to continue working together. And I hope that this good gesture will continue. And it is good, the alumni is our manager here in the region. And not because the chairman for Research Coordination Committee that we are going to put this into practice, but it is our mandate as Islamic University in Uganda to collaborate with the community. Talked about in the theme, strengthening institutional capacity. IUIU has made its contribution and it is still making. Okay? If our regional assistant to the Mufti is a graduate of IUIU and many are here, so that commitment is very well articulated. Then community welfare, coming and explaining to the community what is required of any individual person, that is very important. Then resource mobilization and efficient service delivery, all these put together, they will make us move to a higher level, which is going to be appreciated by each and every stakeholder in the community. And in this case, what do we need to strengthen our institutional capacity? We need to strengthen our institutional capacity. Maybe the time is gone when you say an institution. I want to take myself or yourself as an individual, as an institution. What is your value? What is your value? Okay? And maybe in systems development, like coming here, we came individually, but depending on our quality. Some people were invited, that is wasting time. But as an individual, take yourself as an institution and see how do you add value to yourself. Then in the process, if all of us add value to ourselves, people would even be coming to benchmark. What are you doing? In fact, there is a small story. Somebody came to seek advice from like Hajat Aisha here, that seen as prosperous and whatever. Somebody thought that that particular Hajat was doing some witchcraft. They said, come and see what I'm doing at night. Then he introduced the whatever to that at night, when it is halfway, is it quarter way? The last third, whatever of the night, I wake up, I get wudu, I say my 2 rakas, tahajjud, I supplicate to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. This is how. And somebody thought that somebody is making what? Some witchcraft to be prosperous in the community, the children are okay, there's food to eat, but the solution is what? Resorting to the teaching Islam. So members, this is very clear. As leaders, we need to develop that capacity so that we can survive as individuals and as organizations in our communities. The family, that household is very, very important. In fact, we are conducting a small survey in the Mbale district to see how the mosques, the mosques, how are they contributing to the welfare of the surrounding communities? Is that a small survey? Some people may say, you are wasting our money. But members, you wait, and you will see. If we develop to that level, individually, community, we go to the level, and so this is where we are. And leaders, we need to manage our powers and the resources at our disposal, and we need to work as a team. And at the same time, as we develop capacity, the technology, please, don't know RK and regional and our SG, this capacity of developing our ICT. Maybe, I don't know which project we can write to ensure that each mosque has access to a laptop, maybe access to internet. Somebody may even ask a question. Can I combine all the 5 prayers at Isha time? How do you answer the question online? Hey, okay, the smartphone. Can we ensure that our imams have smartphones? Before going to what? And it could be a project. We can move to one office, to one partner. I told you the history and the oral documentation. The professor said, okay, let us write. We put it to this organization, and they gave us money. We moved around. Okay? So I feel that is capacity building. ICT. It is not for them, it is for us. There is an ayah, I don't know where the sheikhs, they have the Quran here, where Allah is telling us that one time a metal will produce sound. Who knows that? I'm not Hafidh al-Quran, but this is what I go through. One time, as the SG told us, metal will what? Produce seed. Okay, maybe, I don't know whether it is that surah, whatever, but let us find out. Now we have what we call Sheikh Google. That is ICT. Something which you don't know, and you have a smartphone, you can check. Where is the verse that talks about a metal producing sound? Now, this one, what is it? All over the world, they are hearing us. And they are wondering, what are these people putting on caps doing? What? And that is capacity what? Okay, timeliness. And we are told, when the swallow comes, do it. What else? Marriage? Burial? What else do you want? In terms of timeliness, if you are developing capacity, then rule of law, the Quran is there. What do you want beyond the Quran? Maybe fatwa, but again, fatwas are coming through what? What do you want? There are some ayahs which are very clear. You don't need to go to the sheikh, you don't need to go what you read, and what does it tell you to do? Respect of elders, respect of the family members, respect of the wives, respect of the husband. So that capacity has to come, and then as we develop capacity, institutional capacity, research and development, we need to know what is behind us and what is likely to come ahead of us. Systems are there. The statisticians, I don't know, brother, you did, remember, I've forgotten the course. Okay? Those who have done statistics, they can project, okay, using the technology. So members, my time is out. Community welfare. It's a lot here we are supposed to do. But where are we going to get the capacity to provide the community welfare? I think for Muslims, we have been put in a position that there are certain things which are not belonging to us, like a poverty. The hadith is what? The upper hand? Hey, and if you are looking for disaster, start begging. And for dressing, if Muslims were supposed to be poor, and the Prophet came up with a minimum standard of dressing. Is it ayah or hadith? Please check. Aisha dress as you have dressed, and the Jamil between. Do you think that is simple? And Allah wanted us to suffer or to get ease? And members, if you read much more why some Indians converted to Islam, it was because of that. Why? Because in India, there is a community which they call the untouchables. They don't dress. They are not supposed to dress. They are not supposed even to access food. But when Islam came, said what? If you're a Muslim, this is what? The standard. So what do you need to do? Convert to Islam and get freedom. There is a younger man who wanted to get 4 wives, but his community could not allow because of what? He said, let me convert to Islam. And he got his what? So, if we start talking one by one, I think maybe a mufti, a regional assistant, we need to get another session just to talk about each and every aspect you put in the theme. This is more than a PhD. Have you seen the food? People thought that when we fast, it is because of hunger. But how about when you are breaking the fast? There's a lot of eating, but the science is there. Okay? The science of housing. Separate the daughters and what? When they reach which age? Is that simple? And Muslims are expected to have that standard of housing. Not the girls and the boys sleeping under the bed, the father and mother and the 4 wives on one bed. No. You are the one who brought the theme. If you are to talk about, sorry, maybe I was ending what then Waziri said, let's go to Soroti. We started at 10 and we are here in time. Water. Can you separate Islam from water? Allah Akbar. Not at all. But what should we do? Develop capacity to provide. And it is good our chief guest is here. Employment. How are you going to pay zakat? Upper hand, better than? Yeah. You start begging, you are causing havoc in the community. What else? Transportation. The hadith is what? A Muslim expected to have a good one, housing, a good wife, I don't know whether also a good husband, and a good transportation means. Should you drive? If you have money, buy a boda. You have money, buy a bicycle. But aim at that. Members, these are momentums instituted in Islam to make our communities better than any other community. Unless you don't want. Like that hadith. Prophet told everybody will enter Jannah except those who don't want. Everybody is supposed to be living beyond the poverty line except those who don't. Such kind of systems. Marketing. Okay? Putting our commodities on the market and don't mix up. You remember the story of the Prophet putting in the hand, somebody was selling and brought what was fake. People forge, even Muslims, and they don't swear upon selling. Wallahi, this is the best goat in the what? In the village. And post-harvest management, some of us maybe don't manage our harvests. We don't have storage systems. Whenever we produce, we put on the market even below the what? The cost of production. So that is my basic economics, which I'm just talking over. But capacity is needed here. Okay, members, resource mobilization. I'm running out of time. This is what we are told to do. Mobilize resources. As we mobilize resources, do we know the factors of production? The best factors of production. You have land. You have your okay, let's say the brain is still functioning. And that is capital. Sometimes people think that capital is money. Capital is where? I think it is a Latin word. Capitas, is the brain, the IQ. Why do you beg? Why do you compare jobs? You need to show that you should not be a beggar, but somebody who is trying to look for some kind of provisions for sustainability. Can we come up with the fundable proposals? Because I was told this is a corporate gathering. Whatever we are talking about is not from the moon or from the sun. Some people, maybe I would be putting too many ropes in my what? In my neck because of the institution we are managing. And where are we as far as fundable proposals? I've told you one example. Professor coming, asking, do you know the number of Muslims in the region? No. Why don't you write a small whatever? And we'll go moving. Aji, chief guest will take us around. Even the rector will tell him, even whatever. Why don't we get the number of girls in this is Kotido? Region, this region. Why? Because we have had lots of dropouts. What could be the cause? But if you don't have the facts, those people will not listen to you too much. But at the same time, we are going to be very, very careful. Not every person can fund our activities. No, 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 no. Some people come with the strings attached. You know what is going on with those other sides, whatever. We give you this, you allow boys and boys to go together. That one shall not. Yes. But fundable projects, establishment of viable projects and identifying investment and development partners. And then that last bit, everybody should think as an entrepreneur. If you don't do that, you are going to remain backward and backward and backward. Everybody should be an entrepreneur. And after here, try to find out what are the characteristics of an entrepreneur. An entrepreneur is not an ordinary minded person. He sees opportunities in every venture. I don't know. If I can use my small experience, people even found me loading these peelings of banana to go and feed the cow. Dressed like this. Somebody thought I was mad. Can you find me getting a younger man like me, driving a pickup and loading, I don't know whether in the Soroti they sell those banana peelings to feed the cows. How do you feed the cows? They go free range. Okay, but they are in the central region. Each bag, less than 100 kilograms, maybe 10,000. So you load people. So if it was this time, you would see my picture around. Then one time, a traffic man stopped me and he saw the banana, whatever, in the car. Said, Mzee Webale Kola. So, this is the entrepreneur. I was telling people, just having one hen and one cock. Enkoke enkazi nenkochi? Empanga. They call it impanga in Soroti. Enkok what? Ekoko? Ekokoro nachi? Hey, just try. Let me give you this assignment. And when we meet again, I hope you have registered. You will give me the report. Ajataish, you will give, for sure, you will give me a report. Buy one ekokoro and one akakoro, and tell me after 6 months. I wish my small manager was here. He brought us two from Palisa, and with two ekokoro, and now I'm trying to find the space. No, for sure, this is a very simple mind. Very, very simple. Now I think others are just picked by these kites. Maybe Allah is giving us blessings. No, seriously. Like a thief coming to steal your mangoes. Are you getting some benefits? Yes. Hey, my whatever is small, but I look at the decays to say now you are telling lies. That is Islamic economics. When these birds come and take one in the morning, in the evening, one of my sons said, your mortality is very high. All 100 are eaten by what? But that could be a blessing. So get one ekokoro and one apple, and the next meeting, assistant, people will be reading. It's time? Sorry, you get me the keynote and you give me. There is one project, don't know whether those who have studied the microfinance. One professor in Bangladesh, I studied sometime in Bangladesh, is called Professor Nur Islam. You can Google the Grameen Bank. Look at the history of the Grameen Bank. He was a teacher like me of economics. Every evening you could go through the Soroti streets and found the ladies selling the banana. See, he gave an assignment to his students to collect some basic information about those ladies and how much do they earn per day and how much do they save. Now, as I've told you, buy 2 ekokoro and 1 akokoro, and the next one, and I'm going to write that chapter in my book. One what? And today, who has checked? Grameen Bank, what is its capital, whatever? Check, Grameen Bank, Ali, don't waste time. This is a class. Grameen Bank, it is in Bangladesh. And if you're a student of microfinance and you don't quote that, you don't get the degree. It is a world showcase. And how it started is the story of our 2 Ekoko and 1 Akoko. That is the entrepreneurial mind. Okay? Ensure that the access to the facilities you have, you put them to full utilization. So remember, efficient service delivery, I think this is very clear. We cannot talk about efficient service delivery if you don't have the capacity. You don't have the schools. You don't have what? And how do we get the schools? We need to mobilize money. We need to mobilize partners. We need to work together. We need to save. Okay, before saving, you need to earn. And after earning, you need to save. After saving, you need to invest. And after investment, you need now to manage our investments. So let us plan, let us monitor and evaluate. There is a big problem here, and the time is not there. Our resources at our disposal as corporates, at our family level, at our individual level. What do you have? How are you using that resources? Planning, like today, where is the next World Cup going to be? Now you know. And some people don't know what they are going to eat in the evening. And if you go for swala, wallahi, and you don't know what you are going to eat, I don't know the value. The swallometer, is it swallometer or whatever? Wallahi, wallahi Allah, and he say, Imam, my lunch is what? Is in your, that one is not ours as Muslim corporates. Let us give, because we are encouraged to give, but let us not beg. We can beg in a very technical way. We write our proposals, we go to SG and Mufti and everybody, Rector. Here is our proposal. We want to put 2 sewing machines in Soroti, and Aisha is there. Wallahi, for us we have 1. Will you refuse? There's one company gave us this catering, I don't know how they call it, culinary, for cooking and what. And want to mobilize girls to come and learn how to cook, even men. Like now, outside the catering is a business. I found a PhD holder like me, says, I go and teach, but in the evening, outside the catering. No, serious. And he says it is where there is money. Is there anybody who has not eaten the food? Was it inside or outside? Okay, members, accountability, instant information sharing, ICT. Maybe ICT now is a killer if you are not careful. And we need to take advantage of it precautionally. And at home, disasters are there. And as corporates, people have separated because of this. People have become rich because of this. So what we need as corporates is to take advantage of the social media, artificial intelligence, and there's a lot. The machine you are carrying, be careful with it. And it puts you in a very straight way, which you supplicate every swala. Surat al-what? Mustaqim. Don't indulge. Any corporate should not indulge in anything which is against the teachings of Islam. Because the system there is, you can even check. Unless you don't activate. In the last 2 months, you have visited these places. Who is telling you? Who is telling you? For what purpose? Why is he telling you? And be cautious where you visit. Okay? The CCTVs we live in homes for the good of the families, but now you can see the disasters in our families. Okay? The sufferings. But as corporates, as Muslim corporates, our benchmarks are very, very clear, and I hope we shall be able to survive. So, what do we need to do? Let us continue with this. And I want to thank on behalf of the Rector, and our commitment is that anytime you invite us, we shall be part of the team to make sure that our Ummah, there's nothing, or there's no Ummah which is supposed, or community which is supposed to be above us. It is only our shortfalls in terms of implementation, in terms of articulation, and in terms of sharing information that we look as if we are behind, but we are not. You cannot compare this Ummah with any other Ummah. So, the continuous reflection and implementation of the aspects of the theme is very important, and let us continue. With those few remarks, I don't know how we can put them. I thank everybody on behalf of the Rector for this audience. I know it's all over the world, and inshallah, Allah is our benefactor, and I continue to pray to the Almighty Allah to grant us good life and good everything, and that is on earth and in the hereafter. Some communities believe in only one life and don't be with them. When they die, they say, that is the end. But for Muslim, I don't know whether you saw, there is a clip, Haj. Somebody was teaching about how to prepare a dead body. Anybody who saw it? Even I laughed. Who saw it? You know how to prepare a dead body and bury it? You know? The Islamic way. We are talking about Islam. The way how we were prepared, and Walai was making a very clear presentation, and he says, now we are prepared. Your Asli life has ended today. We have packed you to go and face your Allah and explain what you have done on this earth. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Let's stand up and we give a full takbir for our presenter, none other than the Deputy Rector, and none other than our Vice Rector, IUIU.
The Rector will ask us, you didn't deliver. Now I is preparing me to go and make what? The accountability.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. May Allah reward you, Abana.
Ameen.
That was a very inspiring topic.
Ameen.
The cameraman, prepare us to go and face Allah.